Oh, it's so perfect.
Oh, broom closet.
Oh, there was this guy in this broom closet. Oh, he's not here.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
There's nothing here, there's a lot of stuff here. Oh.
I closed it.
Oh, you can close it.
Yes.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet.
No, there's a lot of
No
stuff. You
reason
can
to
take
still
stuff.
be here.
I like this closet.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Maybe I'm closeted. Or something.
You are meditating.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing?
Yes.
Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
How?
Eh.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right?
Yes.
If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
What
I
story?
never would have thought
Yeah, what
to mention
story?
it. Maybe
But there's
to
a lot
you,
of stuff.
this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite."
I love the
Friends
English
find
accent.
this
Yes.
concerning.
It's like having your own total
Stanley
biscuit.
was fat and ugly and really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or
Aw.
with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Of course.
Okay.
Who's not?
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of
I'm dead, you see.
before it begins
Yes.
to decompose.
You're dead.
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Okay.
Okay, that was fun.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. You can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Oh. Go down, go down.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to
Yeah, go
his
down.
boss's office.
Down, down.
But my boss is upstairs.
No, but go down.
It was creepy.
Yes. Go there, go there.
I can leave my job.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Of course
All
I am.
of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And when he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please.
No.
It's all I want.
Pushing the buttons.
I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
No.
My life
boring.
is normal.
Yeah, it's boring.
I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Everything is awesome.
I am okay.
Oops, same place.
I could tell
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
I'm Jean
And
Valjean.
everything went black.
Awesome.
I would totally love to hear some.
This is the story of a
audiobooks
woman named
with this-
Mariella.
This guy.
Yeah, with just the narrator.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Awesome.
What?
That was terrible.
What?
Oh no, back here.
What? What the fuck?
That was...
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
For whole life.
Okay. Okay.
That is so creepy.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Can you go to the meeting room and pass...
Yes, I'll go to my boss. We
Yeah,
kill
just
myself.
go, yeah.
I will be a good ducky for now.
Yeah, this time let's not look at all the slides.
Yet there
we
was
know
not
them.
a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Oh no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Okay, that was fun.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, wow. That is nice.
detective bathroom.
Ooh, let's go to the bathroom.
Yes, let's go to the bathroom. I want to have bathroom.
Wow, this
I want
is
to
so
bathroom,
nice
bathroom.
here.
Bossy, where are you?
Wow.
Stepping into his
fireplace.
manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled,
I am
Stanley
the boss,
wondered in
the most
disbelief
expensive
who
boss.
orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him?
Swiss
What
Lilies
he
by
could
Claude
not have
Monet.
known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2845. 2845.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Get some wine.
Amazing.
Yes, I want
He
some wine.
stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Aha. Beautiful. This game is cray.
Oh my god. What's gonna happen? Oh, horror game.
Ah no, let me out, let me out! Ah,
Oh,
it's loading, no!
Oh, loading. What's gonna happen next?
Do something crazy, or I will end up in the broom closet.
Again.
Again.
Descending
like so
deeper
much.
into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay.
Why did his boss have this
I
thing
have
in
no
his
idea.
Stanley
room?
walked straight ahead through the large door
Mind
that read
control.
Mind Control Facility.
Aha.
Escape. Let's go to the mind control facility.
Okay. His escape. I have a dilemma.
You want escape, I guess. I don't know.
Yes, I want to escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Oh. Aha. Oh, loading. And oh, you are still dying. Oh.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh.
I want to look at it. Oh!
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
What? More boxes.
I have one question. What the fuck is going on?
Oh.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Mommy, I'm scary. I'm scared, not scary. I'm not
Yes,
scary.
you're scary. I'm
When
scared
every
of you.
path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
What? What? Office layout.
This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the two doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered through development, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. Corridor. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the two doors in a good time. The set of two open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as the extension of it, an exploration of the contradictions this room posed. Nature paintings. Oh, I like this one.
Oh, it's beautiful. Kinda.
Not really.
The
The
office.
office. The PCs.
The credits.
Filling cabinets. Yes, I can see that. Office computers.
One, two, three, four, five.
Button sounds. A selection of the sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone.
Awesome.
Credits. Too many people to read. Can I do something with those doors?
No.
Is there a broom closet or something like that? I want to go into a broom closet.
Aww.
Now, please. Okay,
If you
left
say-
or right?
Here.
Yes, boss's office. Screens from the development of the boss's office. Happy, as always. Office clock. Yes,
Yeah,
awesome.
that is office clock.
This game is something else.
Weird.
The office. Maintenance room.
Yes. Can we print something?
Yes. Print screen, for example. Greenlight. In September 2012, we submitted the Stanley Parable to Greenlight, Valve's process of approving games for Steam. The Greenlight page had only a series of cryptic photos, which were still enough to win the community's approval.
Oh.
Not now. Today it would not. work like that.
Maybe.
Today it's so much spam of shit in the Greenlight. No screenshots of Stanley Parable HD.
More endings, fewer endings, more narrators, more Stanley, less than Stanley.
The point of Stanley Parable HD mix is to win. Am I going crazy? Maybe it isn't the same match was the level.
Yeah. Larger.
The point of Stanley Parable HD mix is to lose.
Aha. Warzone.
Early development we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on the battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention.
That would be interesting.
Yes, I would love to see that. Narrator emails. After the second trailer we sent out, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use this in further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are a selection of those emails.
How do you type with boxing gloves on?
Awesome.
This is one email only?
Well, they said it is a selection.
Selection.
The apartment timer. In a previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 50 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Well, I tried to not pick up the phone, actually.
Yeah.
The cargo lift. The cargo lift was always intended to offer the choice of staying or jumping to a different path. However, as a disabled version, there was the option of the player falling to their death. Awesome. So basically, hey, is it possible to use it to jump some other...
Maybe.
I need to play this one more time. Okay.
There's something here.
Yes, it's a big
room. Museum.
Yes.
Stuff.
Meeting room. I don't want to look at those. It would be a spoiler for the other choices. Where? Is ending? What?
What is what?
Ending as the Z ending. What? Where?
The game is now paused.
Where? What the fuck? So let's go to exit, I guess.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
What?
Do you want me to pull it?
Okay.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
What?
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't...